Hello everyone, this is Zooc and today I'm bringing you a new logo design video. I guess you could call it logo design. It's more of a like illustration slash painting really. But the graphic in question is for a show called RollPlay Vigil. So for a while now, as you may or may not know, I've been doing graphics for this other YouTuber called JP McDaniel, or JP, who is also a streamer. And he commissioned me for many works along the couple of years that I've known him, including his main logo, which I have a video of, which is rather recent. I think I did that like 3 months ago or something. So he's doing a new role-play show, which is a pen and paper RPG with various other people. And he wanted to revamp the graphics for it. So we came up with the name RollPlay Vigil, which basically, I don't know how much of the story he's divulged so far publicly, so I'm not gonna ruin his thing, but it involves like watchers watching over some warriors or some other concept. So I wanted to emulate kind of the if you've ever seen a World of Warcraft patch poster, they have these really cool symmetrical graphics with the title of the patch like Siege of Orgrimmar or something like that. So I wanted to kind of emulate that and come up with a graphic that can be used both as a logo, as a title graphic, or just anything really. So I'm working in a very large size here to make sure that I can put in the necessary details. I basically sketched this as a symmetrical thing with the eye in the middle, which is the only asymmetrical element in the picture. So it was pretty fun to do. I like drawing these kinds of things where are like overlapping machine and medieval elements. It's pretty cool. So, I mean, I don't really know what to talk about. I'm still working in Manga Studio. It's amazing. I'm still loving it. The thing is, ever since I switched over to digital, I've been like obsessed with getting better at this. This has never happened to me before. It's weird. Like when I started drawing with a pencil, I was like, meh, I'll get better in time. It's fine. And I did get better in time, and I wasn't stressing over it. But ever since I switched over to digital, it's like I'm just obsessed. It's crazy. Yesterday, I was gonna have a free day. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch some series. I'm going to just chill, just relax. So instead, I spent hours upon hours looking at Blizzard artwork and sampling colors to see kind of what the combinations they use. And it's just, I've never found myself doing that, having that kind of commitment before, which is a good thing. I mean, it's always good to try and get better. But it's very typical of me to become obsessed with something and like completely immerse myself in it. So, especially since I have the problem with seeing proper colors, and I don't know any color theory because I've never had to study it, drawing in black and white pencil. So this is kind of unexplored territory for me, finding out, I'm looking at an illustration and it looks green, and then I start sampling colors from it, and I find out that it's mostly painted in brown and hues of orange. So maybe I'm seeing green. I mean, it was an orc, so technically it's supposed to be green. It looks green, but when I started sampling colors, I saw it was like red, unsaturated brown, all sorts of colors. There was not a single pixel of green in that entire illustration, and that's really fascinating for me. How these artists are able to obtain these effects with a very limited palette of colors, really. Because I mean, the only other color that was in that illustration was a bit of blue for some unsaturated shadows and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool how versatile they are with very limited colors. Because before, when I looked at illustrations, I was like, wow, there's so many colors in this, but there actually isn't. It's just saturated and unsaturated versions of red and orange, which is crazy for me because I have problems seeing that. And for me, it looks like a crazy amount of tones that I can't identify, and then I find out that it's actually just 2 or 3. So I'm gonna start trying to emulate some of the stuff that I've seen at Blizzard. I know Blizzard isn't the end-all be-all of digital art, but one thing that's for sure is that they have a talented fucking art department, especially some of the guys that are kind of have a reputation in the field, such as Wei and the other one, Samwise. And they have a bunch of other guys recently now that are doing a lot of the poster art and press illustrations that are also really jaw-droppingly awesome. And they look super cool from a distance, but when you zoom in real close, you can actually study what kind of strokes they do and what kind of the method they use for coverage with the paint. And that's what I'm trying to teach myself, how to get that pixel density effect that they have, you know, something that looks almost realistic, and it's so dense you think they sat there and sketched out every single little detail, but they don't. It's just broad strokes that create the visual effect of pixel density. So that's something that I still have issues with. Like my stuff looks very simplistic. It doesn't have the texture effect that a lot of the pros use. You know, even in this particular one, like the stone doesn't look very stone-like, and the metal things don't look sharp and don't have those really super clean edges that you see in a lot of the medieval style artwork that Blizzard does, and some of these other big companies like even Games Workshop. But the Games Workshop employs a lot of freelancers that do their art, and you know, it's very varying styles, while Blizzard does have a very consistent kind of style when it comes to these large scale epic battles, illustrations, whatnot. So I think that's pretty cool. So anyway, this is the finished logo, which is gonna get used. JB's very happy with it. Obviously, I'm getting paid for this. I'm not doing this for funsies. But it was a very fun project, and it took about 5.5 hours in total from moment of conception until finishing it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please rate that shit, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.